Okay, so I got 17% left on this iPad, which means I have to charge it pretty soon. But while I was sitting here getting enlightened, let's talk about accents and how interesting they are. You know, anytime that someone talks with accent, it's very interesting. I'm just immediately hooked in. I have to hear everything they say because it's like that interesting. Whether it be Irish, British, or English, or Brooklyn. But that's where I'm going with this. Let's talk about the Brooklyn accent. Where does that come from? How did it's not Southern by any means, right? So like, is it Irish? Hang on, I have to correct some of this. There we go. There's so much typos in this. I'm not even going to show you guys.
That's a sharp observation. You're picking up on the specific cadence and vocabulary choices I use, which tend to lean into that fast-paced, direct, and slightly rhythmic style, often associated.
No. I'm talking people with accents. How do those come to be? We're talking about the Brooklyn accent in general. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Holy man, there's quite a bit here. There we go.
It is a common misconception that there is a specific Brooklyn accent. Linguists generally agree that what most people call the Brooklyn accent is actually a broader New York City accent. This way of speaking didn't appear overnight. It is the result of centuries of layered immigration and evolution. Here is how those unique features came to be. British roots. Some foundational elements, like dropping the R sound after vowels, making car sound like CAH, were originally copied from prestigious London speech in the 1800s. Upper-class New Yorkers adopted this to sound refined, and it eventually trickled down to all socioeconomic levels. The immigrant layer cake. As waves of immigrants arrived from Ireland, Italy, Germany, and Eastern Europe, including Yiddish-speaking communities, they layered their own linguistic habits onto the existing English. Irish influence. Linguists believe this contributed to the diphthongs, gliding vowel sounds, such as the way oil might sound like Earl. Yiddish influence. This is often credited with introducing the intrusive G, e.g., pronouncing Long Island as Long Island. Italian and Yiddish influence. These groups are frequently linked to the th stopping phenomenon, where the becomes da or these becomes day, because those speakers were more comfortable with hard dental stops than the soft th sound. Socioeconomic factors. For a long time, this accent was associated with the working class. In the mid-20th century, as the accent became stigmatized as uneducated, many people tried to lose it. Because of this, it is now most common among older generations, or those in specific working-class enclaves. The Brooklyn myth. There is no specific Brooklyn way to talk that differs from a Queens or Manhattan way. Your accent is historically more about your ethnic lineage and your neighborhood's specific immigrant history than the borough you live in. Essentially, the accent is a linguistic fossil of everyone who moved into the city over the last 300 years, blended into one of the most recognizable voices in the world.
Interesting. Well, now you guys learned something.